Hi again, guys. It's Ellie. Today I'm going to tell you a story from my family history. This is a story that took place while I was alive, but I was very young, and it's when my brother, who was 15 at the time, and my sister, who was, I think, 20-something at the time, so they were very young, decided to take a trip to Ecuador. My sister had friends there before. She'd been there before, like on a mission trip, and she decided to bring my brother this time. So the two of them went to Ecuador together. They had all kinds of adventures and this and that. But one thing in particular that is a shocker and freaked us out when we heard the news was they decided to go swimming in a river in the Amazon. And they went with a few of her friends, and they went to this river in the Amazon. And they get there, and they, swim around. There's a couple places that you can swim. My brother was swimming in one side, and my sister was swimming on the other. And so, while this was happening, my brother had no idea what my sister was doing, because they were in two different places with different people. My sister was with one of her friends, though, and she decided to go for a swim near the bridge that was going across the river. And she jumps into the water, and she's swimming around, but the water is really, really powerful, and the river is rushing really, really fast. And so, some of you might know what an undertow is, but basically, when she got too close to the bridge, the undertow, which is a really powerful force of water, when it comes up around the bridge and it starts going in a circle, kind of like a whirlpool, it sucks you down underneath the water. So she started getting a little too close to this bridge. And while she was swimming, all of a sudden, her friend sees her get sucked down into the river, and she goes underwater. And she said that she got pulled all the way down. Her feet touched the bottom. She could feel the rocks on her feet. And she said that she was held there for 2 or 3 maybe minutes. She was down there. 1 minute goes by. She's holding her breath as much as she can. 2 minutes go by. She's starting to feel like she's getting really lightheaded and can't hold her breath any longer. She told me later on that in that moment, she honestly thought she was going to die. And in that moment, after 2 minutes had gone by, and she kind of felt like she was starting to pass out, she accepted that she was going to die. She thought, this was it. This is it. This is how I'm going to go, and if that's the way it is, fine. But right before she had that thought, she just threw up a little prayer and said, God, please save my life. And she swears that when that happened, in that moment, she was released from the undertow, and she immediately floated all the way back to the top of the river. And her friends saw her come back up, and jumped in, grabbed her, pulled her to the side, onto the grass, and she was coughing up water, and it was just nuts. And I am so glad that she is alive and well today. And my brother, like I said, missed the whole thing. He didn't see it happen, which is probably a good thing. So he comes running over and is so glad that she's okay, and I'm so glad they made it back from Ecuador alive. I think that was 10 years ago. So, yeah, glad that she's still with us. Thanks for listening, guys.